Imagine you're filling up gas, bored out of your mind, maybe thinking about lunch, and you have no idea that a few inches below your feet is a highly engineered bomb shelter, stuffed with thousands of gallons of explosive liquid. Welcome to Bizilon, where we make the everyday a little less boring and a whole lot more brilliant. Because today, we're going to reveal why gas stations are some of the most dangerous and most impressive engineering marvels hiding in plain sight. You'll never look at a gas station the same way again. Chapter 1. It all started with a can of kerosene. Let's rewind the clock to the early 1900s. People didn't have gas stations because they barely had cars. What they did have, hardware stores that sold kerosene out of giant barrels. No pumps, no meters. You'd walk in, hand over some cash, and they'd pour it into a metal can, carefully. So when early drivers needed fuel, they'd pour kerosene into their car with a funnel. It was slow, it was messy, and it was one stray spark away from launching someone to the moon. Pre-Elon Musk. Enter Sylvanus Bowser, not a video game villain, but the guy who invented the first fuel pump in 1885. One crank, 1 gallon. Simple, brilliant, slightly jacked forearms from all that pumping. Soon these were popping up on city streets, helping fuel the first generation of drivers. But there was a problem. People couldn't tell how much fuel they were actually getting. So along came the visible pump, a glass tank on top. You'd see the fuel level, then gravity did the rest. Chapter 2. The first gas station boom. Fast forward to 1913, Pittsburgh. Gulf Oil opens the first real gas station. It wasn't just a pump on a curb. It had underground tanks, 6 pumps, and a dream. On day 1, it sold just 30 gallons. By week's end, 350 gallons per day. Americans were hooked, but cars switched from kerosene to gasoline, which had one tiny catch. Its flash point, aka the temperature where vapor becomes flammable, is minus 40 degrees Celsius. That's right, your gas is always emitting explosive vapor, like right now. This turned gas stations into literal ticking time bombs. Chapter 3. The invention that changed everything. As cars multiplied like rabbits, gas stations needed upgrades. One clever innovation, the underground tank. Better for storage and safer, kind of. Early tanks were made of steel. You know what steel does underground? It rusts. Leaks followed. Soil contamination, fire hazards, and lawsuits. Lots of them. So engineers swapped to fiberglass, added vapor recovery systems, and made them as secure as nuclear bunkers. Meanwhile, on the surface, self-service arrived. In 1947, Frank Ulrich opened the first self-service gas station, dropping gas prices from 23 cents to 18 cents per gallon. People were skeptical. Let regular folks handle highly flammable liquids? Are you nuts? Turns out, yes. There were spills, fires, and chaos, until one simple but genius piece of engineering saved the day. The automatic shut-off nozzle. Chapter 4. The nozzle that knows when to stop. Let's get nerdy for a second, because this thing is magic. When you squeeze the handle, gasoline flows, but also air is being pulled through a tiny pipe near the tip. It uses the Venturi effect, a drop in pressure that sucks air up into a sealed chamber. When your tank fills, fuel blocks the air hole, triggering a vacuum in the chamber, which slams the nozzle shut. No sensors, no electronics, just air pressure and ball bearings. And it saved millions of gallons of gas and probably a few pants from fuel-soaked disasters. Honestly, it's the kind of invention that makes you want to applaud your gas pump, but don't. People will stare. Underground engineering. Meanwhile, beneath your feet, even more genius is hiding. Let's break it down. Delivery trucks connect to 2 valves, one for fuel, one for vapor. As gasoline enters the tank, vapor exits. But instead of polluting the air, it's pushed back into the truck, then recycled back into usable fuel. Clean, efficient, cool. Tanks also include float valves to prevent overfill, leak sensors that shut down pumps if anything's off, and layers of fiberglass and resin to prevent contamination. Basically, your average gas station is like a chemical plant wrapped in a convenience store, engineered to prevent disaster while selling you Funyuns. The decline and the future. After the 70s fuel crisis, cars became more efficient, and gas stations started to decline. From over 200,000 stations, we're now down to around 115,000 in the US. But don't count them out yet. Today, gas stations are evolving into EV charging hubs, installing solar panels on canopies, using AI-powered pricing to stay competitive. In Norway, you can already get gas, charge your EV, and eat plant-based chicken nuggets under one roof. It's the future, baby. Why it matters. So next time you're yawning in line for a $5 energy drink at the pump, just remember, you're standing on a chemical fortress, filling up with a liquid that could blow sky high, using a system that's so well engineered you never have to think about it. And maybe, just maybe, that's what great design is all about. This was Bizilon, your backstage pass to the hidden forces shaping our everyday world.